Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
It took a jury less than half an hour to find Otis McCain guilty of capital murder of the San Antonio police detective Benjamin Marconi. But in this punishment phase, that same jury taking hours in their deliberations so far.
Jurors got the case earlier this afternoon after both sides made their closing arguments. Erica Hernandez joins us live from the courthouse, waiting for that decision to come down. And Erica, before those deliberations started, Otis McCain had something he wanted to say.
Yeah, this was actually during closing arguments earlier this morning. After the state had presented or did their closing statements, Otis McCain spoke up and asked if he could speak to the court, which the judge denied. Then during a break, I guess he discussed it with his attorneys, who later did say that he was not going to speak after all. And the judge was going to give him the chance then at that point, Samuel and Myra.
We did not hear from him speak on the witness stand at any point during this trial. Of course, we know that that very excitable moment that when the verdict was read after he was found guilty, he stood up. He then punched a bailiff, something we had live here on right as it happened, I should say. Tell us what punishment is on the table here. And, you know, I know his character has certainly been called into question throughout this phase.
Yeah, that's correct. Now, what the jury is kind of deliberating right now is two special issues. They have to decide whether it's life in prison without parole or the death penalty. As far as those special two issues or questions they have to answer, one is McCain a continued threat to society? And the second issue is there sufficient mitigating circumstances to warrant the death penalty? And they have to agree on these two questions unanimously.
And Erica, has the jury asked the judge any questions during this deliberation so far?
Yeah, we're aware that they've asked the judge at least one question that was dealing about some particular evidence, whether it was on the record or not. That's pretty much the broad basis that we have on it right now. It was dealing with, I think, some jailhouse letters. As far as we can remember, from sitting in this trial since day one, we don't remember any letters ever being presented on the record.
So we know they've been deliberating this punishment for hours now. What happens if they can't make a decision by the end of today?
So we can be here till as late as 11 o'clock this evening. If no decision is yet made, then the jury will get sequestered, and then they will be brought back first thing tomorrow morning, where they will continue with those deliberations. Again, we're going to stay here as long as it takes for them to reach that decision, and we'll have it here live on KSAT 12 as well as on KSAT.com. Myra, Sam.
Erica, one more question. No, you're not in the courtroom right now. Is that sort of the jury deliberating inside? What's going on with that right now?
Yeah, so because of the COVID-19 pandemic right now and cases going up, the judge gave them more room to deliberate. So they used the courtroom. So they had everybody come out, and then they closed off everything. They shut down. I know there's usually cameras in the courtroom. They covered those up, and they put the jury back in there so they had more room to spread out. So once they do reach that decision, they'll be brought back out. They'll allow us to come in, and then they'll come back out again to read their decision.
All right, Erica Hernandez live at the courthouse awaiting the verdict in this case, in the punishment phase.
Of course, when we find out what the jury has decided, we'll bring it to our viewers, both on air and online. Thanks, Erica. The second of possibly more special sessions yet to come gets underway in Austin tomorrow. Not there, 57 Texas House Democrats who broke quorum, disabling the first special session last month.
They fled to the nation's capital, drawing attention to what they say is the continued assault on voting rights following President Trump's defeat in November. As Jesse De Gallardo reports, it seems their Republican colleagues aren't the only ones saying it's time to head home.
Bills are on hold while the House Democrats stay put in D.C.
Yet now it seems one of their staunchest supporters may be thinking Texas Democrats pushing for federal voting rights legislation should see what they can do in the upcoming special session instead of breaking quorum again.
I can't say I'm exactly following too closely the legislative calendar there, but certainly if it required them to be there, we would support that.
To a seasoned political scientist, the message is clear.
The legislature is in session again. It's time to go home.
We're not going to sit in those chambers and be a prop.
Gervin Hawkins says they'll only be ignored again. Little to nothing will happen, she says, to ease their concerns. The governor's voting integrity item is more about voter suppression.
This is the job we have, and we will finish it, and we're going to finish it strong.
Where does that leave Republican lawmakers if they need Democratic votes to pass pending legislation?
They can try to entice the Democrats by saying, look, we're not going to have all the things that you objected to in the bill. I wouldn't hold my breath on that one.
Instead, Democratic lawmakers say they're hopeful Congress will vote on the proposed John Lewis Advancement Act ahead of their August recess. Before elections could be changed, states with a history of discrimination would have to get federal pre-clearance. If that were to happen,
we're good. We'll be happy to go back to the House.
Chances of that, Taylor says, are small. Jesse Degollado, KSAT 12 News.
House Speaker Dade Phelan released a statement at the end of the first special session today. That statement reads in part, while a bipartisan group of members honored their duty to their constituents and the legislative process by showing up day after day, the Texas House could not address important issues such as approving a 13th check for our retired teachers, improving our foster care system, and passing crucial bail legislation and election integrity reform because a number of Democrats deliberately broke quorum. You can read the full statement right now on KSAT.com.
Not the sounds a neighborhood wants to wake up to in the middle of the night. Gunshots, then sirens. Those sounds also meant that a man had been wounded there in the 200 block of El Monte on the north side. And as Katrina Weber reports, police are still looking for that shooter.
The wailing of an ambulance siren came moments after people in this Northside neighborhood say they heard gunshots, followed by screaming. The commotion erupted in the 200 block of El Monte near San Pedro just before 5:30 this morning. Police got there a few minutes later and found a 45-year-old man on the ground with a gunshot wound in his belly. They say they also found a single shell casing nearby. The man told officers he was walking down the street when someone in a car suddenly shot him. After he was rushed to a hospital, police told us they believe there's still a lot that victim knows but wasn't willing to say. During their hour-long investigation at the scene, officers went door to door, hoping to find answers. Police never did find anyone who saw the shooting, so they weren't able to get a description of the shooter or the car involved. Reporting from the north side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
It may be more vital now than ever, yet the region's blood supply is crucially low. The South Texas Blood and Tissue Center in desperate need of donations. Stephen Cavazos shares the story of one San Antonio man who says it's the blood on the shelves that's helping him get through his own health battle.
How bad is it going to be? How bad is the treatment going to be?
Greg Martinez has faced the unknown most of his life and is no stranger when it comes to health issues. He's battled anemia and Crohn's disease, but it was May of this year when he began to experience complications that led him to the hospital. That's where Martinez received a diagnosis that changed everything.
They looked at everything and discovered that not only did I have anemia, but also I had leukemia as well.
Things moved quickly after that. Martinez is currently receiving chemotherapy treatment, which puts a toll on his body. He says blood transfusions help him continue the fight and stay strong for his family.
At least just energy-wise and just being able to get my body prepared to go through the chemotherapy, it was very beneficial.
But the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center is critically low on blood. Right now, they are seeing less than 400 donations a day. Officials are encouraging the community come out and donate. Martinez says that generosity means everything.
I think the last thing you want to hear is that maybe the blood that you need is not available, or they're going to have to try to find another solution.
CDC guidelines are followed when donating blood. That includes wearing a mask and temperature checks upon arrival. Martinez thanks those who have continued to donate through the pandemic. And for now, he is holding on to hope to stay strong for his family.
If I'm doing better, feeling better, then they're feeling more at ease.
Now, the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center does have several drives to be on the lookout for, and city council members are also getting involved. The San Antonio District Challenge is where districts aim to raise the most donations. That's going to be going on from August 9th through the 13th. You can head to our website at KSAT.com to learn more. Stephen Cavazos, KSAT 12 News.
It is a holiday weekend for back-to-school shoppers. Tax-free weekend starts today, meaning Texans pay no sales tax on most clothing, shoes, and school supplies. That lasts through Sunday. And as Alicia Barrera reports, stores already have seen an increase in shoppers filling up their carts to make sure the kids are ready for school.
Shoppers lined up early this morning, determined to save a few bucks.
When we heard it was tax-free, we was like, this is time to get shoes.
Her grandson Parker is entering the 3rd grade in style while she keeps some extra change in her pocket.
Right now, shoes. He needs school shoes. So we're hoping to save some money on that. We'd like to not spend over $50 on shoes.
From today until Sunday, August 8th, parents and students can purchase certain school supplies like clothes, shoes, and backpacks free of state sales tax.
So between these items, clothing, backpack, and even a lunchbox, my total is $172. So exactly how much am I saving? Well, let's do the math. $172 times 8.25%. I'm saving $14.19.
It may not seem like much savings at first, but shoppers say every penny counts.
He bought tennis shoes.
Yeah, because these were originally $69. I got them for $52.
38 or 39. So I saved the tax on this on a pair of shorts and a t-shirt for him.
According to the National Retail Federation, families with children in grades kinder through 12th will spend an average of $849 this year. That's $59 more than last year and a record. To save, experts advise to make a list and a budget, look for sales and compare prices, but also ask about student discounts. Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
Sure, the shopping can be fun, but that means the days of summer are dwindling. Heading back to school.
Yes.
And it doesn't even really feel like the days of summer at the same time.
Yeah,
no triple digits.
Exactly. Take that, triple digits. We haven't even gotten near you yet this year. Or something, if that's a thing. Anyway, aquifer up a little bit today, up 0.7 of a foot. That's good to see as well from the recent rainfall. We like a healthy aquifer, and it's more than 9 feet above average for this time of year. But another consequence of the rain is very high mold. It's up to over 13,000 today, so it really jumped compared to yesterday. High temperatures, not all that high, all things considered this time of year. Average is 97. We made it to 93. Most of us were in the lower 90s. We have some showers to talk about out there, a space station flyover, and your weekend details coming up.
The price of building a home going up so much, it's making it harder for the city and nonprofits to build affordable housing. The jaw-dropping costs on the Night Beat.
Looking at traffic this evening, we do have a couple of crashes on the board already. This is 35 at Main. You can see a couple of cars stopped there. You see the KSAT Hero vehicle helping them out as we walk over here to the wall. So this is 35 and Main. This is the south side view there, so watch out for that. Also some delays on 35 coming out of Comal County. You're in the red here, so you don't like to see that. So here's what that's doing to your time if you're coming into San Antonio this evening. 42 minutes coming in from New Braunfels, 37 minutes coming in from Seguin on I-10. Have some delays there near the county line, and then once again near 1604. Also have some construction to tell you about this weekend. Alamo Ranch Parkway closed at Westward Loop, that intersection. They're continuing that major bridge project. So beginning in a few hours at 10 o'clock through the weekend, this intersection will be closed. And there's actually a crash on Westward Loop a little farther north at Culebra Road. So watch out for that if you're on the west side. Also 281, both directions between Loop 1604 and TPC Parkway between 9 a.m. on Saturday through Sunday. They're doing some more work there, so there'll be some alternating lane closures in both directions. So watch out for that. Looking at 281 at the moment, things look fine. 9 minutes heading southbound from Bulverde Road to 1604, and then also 9 minutes northbound. So things looking good this evening, Myra.
All right, good news. Thanks, Samuel. Let's take a look outside with Sky 12, flying high above one of the most beautiful spots in town, Mission Concepcion. A lot of people heading out and about for these last few weekends of summer and wondering about the temperatures because really, all in all, Adam, they haven't been that much of a concern for us.
No, we haven't been talking extremes at all. I mean, all of July was below average. We finished the month 2.5 degrees below average, which is a pretty significant margin there. And so far, we've started August below average. And temperatures aren't going to take a big jump this weekend either. I do want to point out, before we get to the forecast, that we do have a space station flyover that's going to be visible this evening. So set your alarm. 8:57 p.m. That's when it starts. It's going to appear 10 degrees above the northwest horizon, have a max height of 64 degrees, and then disappear over the south-southeast horizon. 7 minutes is all we have, which is longer than the last one a couple of days ago. So 8:57 p.m. Get outside, and those clouds that we have out there, those patchy cumulus clouds, should be dissipating over the next couple of hours. So I anticipate pretty good viewing for most of us of that space station flyover. The only catch is farther south of town, we have some of the high clouds left over from some of those thunderstorms, but otherwise I think we'll have pretty good visibility and viewing of the space station flyover. So enjoy. And if you haven't seen it before, get outside. You'll notice a really bright light just steadily moving across the sky. It's really cool to see, and the kids get excited about it too. All right, looking at the radar. A little bit of activity east of town. What we had over DeWitt County and Cuero that we really talked about at 5 o'clock has since already rained itself out and dissipated. Gonzales, you still have a little bit of activity moving toward Moulton, actually, in western Lavaca County and crossing I-10. Around Seguin, we had a few little showers pop up, more than little showers, some heavy rain moved toward Geronimo, but that's having a hard time sticking together. And then just east of I-10, basically I-10, De Zavala, Lock Hill, Selma there, and into Chavano Park, one little pop-up brief shower within San Antonio and Chavano Park. That's it. The Hill Country, just a few little hit or miss isolated showers, but some heavier activity farther southwest of town. Again, nothing severe today, just some pockets of beneficial, good maintenance rain. Speaking of maintenance rain, this is the rainfall this week since Sunday. Look at the rainfall estimates. I mean, pretty much everybody cashing in on the pattern this week. Of course, some folks had much more than others, particularly down toward Carrizo Springs and get to Zavala County, Dimmitt County as well, and even southern Bexar County. We had over 3 inches measured in Somerset. There's that activity out there right now. And we look at the big picture, and this indicates the upper level disturbance that we had yesterday moving eastward. Okay, so that's moving out of here. We still had some instability showers, but the big blue H, well, medium blue H, it's not a big one. It's not that powerful. It's slowly sliding in and influencing our weather. And it's not going to become the big dominant feature that it often does this time of year. So we're not anticipating a big swing in temperatures, and I think we'll be a little below average in terms of highs for the foreseeable future. We are tracking the tropics, so some activity out in the Atlantic has yet to develop into tropical cyclones, but there's a chance here that this wave coming off of Africa over the next 5 days could turn into a tropical cyclone. Our rain chances, though, around here, in the meantime, dropping down to pretty much non-existent through the weekend and all of next week. Today, we topped out at 93. The average high, 97. We'll get a little closer to that in the days ahead, but I don't think we'll exceed it. 87 degrees right now. Dew point is 74, so very sticky outside. It feels like 95. It is 91 in Devine and Hondo, 92 Helotes, 92 in New Braunfels. And then you get to Del Rio, 94 degrees, but no triple digits. I mean, Victoria at 80, Kennedy 87, Gonzales 83, closer to where we had some showers and outflow boundaries, even Laredo 83. Through this evening, we'll fall through the 80s. The showers that we have out there will be coming to an end pretty soon, close to sunset, and then just some increasing clouds tonight. Some clouds to start the day tomorrow, the typical cloudy morning at sunrise. Otherwise, a sunny day and a sunny weekend. Mid-90s for high temperatures, and that's going to be the case. It's weird to not be putting rain chances on a 7-day forecast from what we've seen, but it's quiet, partly cloudy, mid-90s.
All right. Thank you, Adam.
Well, Larry is here now with a look at sports. And Larry, the Cowboys D maybe the star last night.
Yeah, and so in this past draft, all right, 8 of the Cowboys' 11 draft picks played defense because they really want to fix that defense. Right. Their first 6 draft selections are all defenders. And last night, 3 of those 6 really played well for the Dallas Cowboys. And hopefully they can do that in the regular season. And navigating UTSA's new athletic facility sounds a bit challenging for some of the players. Coming up.
I was gassed too. But like I said, we'll come out better. I'm gonna hydrate today, rest, recover, and just get better each and every day.
The first full day of fall camp is tough. Frank Harris and the Roadrunners were gassed in big board sports.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Dallas Cowboys in the Hall of Fame game 16-3 last night. Now, while the boys often struggled, some of their rookie defenders did a nice job. Linebacker and first-round selection Micah Parsons had 3 tackles and a fumble recovery. He is the real deal. Rookie linebacker Jabril Cox and rookie DB Nashawn Wright each had 5 tackles, tied for the team lead.
It was definitely a relief. Like, now I feel like I could just use those 2 series, build on, get ready to play the scrimmage on Saturday and get ready to play next Friday too. So I know it's going to be a long year, and they telling me to slow down, but I'm ready to go right now.
It just felt good to set my pads and just kind of play loose. I like to fly around and make tackles, especially for my size and stature. People don't think I can, so when I go out there and do it, it's kind of like, oh.
Cowboys are back in Oxnard to continue training camp, where they'll scrimmage with the Rams tomorrow. Out in Houston, cornerback Bradley Roby is getting ready for his 3rd season with the Texans and his 8th in the NFL. Last season, following a Thanksgiving win against Detroit, Roby was suspended 6 games for violating the NFL's PED policy. He missed the final 5 games of the regular season and will miss the season opener this season at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It'll be tough, but they added that extra game on, so I'm still playing 16. So, it's unfortunate. We'll be playing against Urban Meyer, my college coach, so I'm going to miss being able to talk trash to him a little bit. But I'll see him again later in the year.
Houston will open the preseason Saturday, August 14th at Green Bay. UTSA football opened up fall camp today at their brand new training facility as they get ready for season number 2 under head coach Jeff Traylor. The team broke in their 2 new football fields adjacent to the race building, which stands for Roadrunner Athletics Center of Excellence. And it sounds like football was the easy part today as the guys learned their way around the nearly 95,000 square foot facility.
I turned left and I'm like at the back of the building. I turned right, I'm in the front of the building. I get lost a little bit, but it's kind of like a little maze in here. But we'll get figured out after a couple of days.
It's bigger than I thought because of the 2 fields, so it looks real huge, and the jog over is pretty long.
From the locker room to get over there?
To the grass field.
That's why you were gassed.
That's another reason. Coach is not slick. I know what he was doing.
UTSA will hit the fields again tomorrow morning and then hold Media Day. Central Catholic quarterback Silas Gomez is getting ready for his senior season with the Buttons. He's been hard at work this summer with QB coach Yale Vinoy. In 6 games last season, Gomez passed for 718 yards, rushed for 469 more with 12 total touchdowns. Silas is going to attend Army West Point, and he picked a special day for his verbal commitment.
I committed on July 4th. I thought it was a perfect day, and I had visited up there, June, and I really liked it, and that kind of just sold me, and I committed, 2 weeks after.
Silas and the Buttons open the season Friday, August 27th at home with Southwest.
Back to UTSA, it kind of felt that way when I started here. Trying to figure out
right?
everything in front door, and I still get confused.
I can't get over 95,000 square feet.
Yes, and I was able to do a little tour, and it's easy to get lost at first.
It seems like you need a big tour.
Exactly right.
All right. Thanks, Larry.
Thanks, Larry.
Our KSAT Q&A is next. You may recognize the mission, but perhaps not their name. The San Antonio Economic Development Foundation is now Greater SATX. We are joined by President and CEO of Greater SATX, Jenna Sacedo Herrera. Jenna, thanks for being with us. Let's first start with why the name change.
Well, thank you so much, Myra, for having me. It's so good to see you again. Why the name change? Well, first and foremost, operationally, our organization changed. We expanded our service territory to include our partnering economic development entities in Schertz and New Braunfels and Seguin. So now together, as a regional collaborative, we market San Antonio, the broader 8-county MSA, around the world for jobs and investment.
And when you're talking about the importance of that now, when we're talking about the pandemic, we're still in the middle of it, but I think businesses are starting to plan for after. What has that done to where we stand compared to other cities in Texas and across the country when it comes to attracting economic development to our region?
Well, first of all, let me say, actually, going back to the name, beyond just the operational change, we were looking for a name that represented progress and that inspired confidence. So San Antonio and the broader region, we are at a significant point in our economic trajectory. And so greater denotes that for us. We want SATX to be greater. We want greater jobs. We want greater opportunities for our people. That name certainly embodies and symbolizes that, and will certainly deliver to that. But as it relates specifically to the pandemic and kind of where we go next, believe it or not, San Antonio ranked 4th in the country for retained jobs during the pandemic. And that's something to be proud of. Of course, it was a hard time for many businesses across the region, but we actually ranked relatively well as it related to retained jobs. Now, for relocation and new jobs, which is really your question, Samuel, I think we're poised and positioned quite well. Manufacturing is a target for us, and it is certainly an ecosystem that we have been building quite effectively. The industry grew at about a 6% growth rate over this past year. The national average was 1.5%. Think Navistar, think Tesla just right up the road, Toyota, continuing to grow. Those supply chains for those employers will be key. And then think more broadly than that, as all manufacturers think through reshoring and onshoring and bringing their supply chains in closer. I think San Antonio is poised to pick up a lot of those opportunities.
Jenna, there might have been a lot of people who have heard of the San Antonio Economic Development Foundation, now Greater SATX before, but perhaps didn't quite understand the work that you all do. What's the overall mission? And especially for people who may not be in some of those industries that you just named or work for those companies, what is the overall mission of your organization, but the impact to the entire city as a whole?
No, thank you for that question. The mission of Greater SATX is simple. We are about jobs. We want to add jobs and retain jobs within the San Antonio region. And we do that, as I mentioned previously, by marketing the region around the world. And so just in the last 3.5 years or so, we've actually worked about 100 projects that mean over 20,000 jobs for the region. So I mentioned companies like Navistar, prior to that, Victory Capital's headquarters, Hulu, EY, right? That's what our team does behind the scenes, day in and day out. We champion this community and we work to not only create the jobs, but also to make sure that we are bringing in local San Antonians and connecting them with the job opportunities. And that means, as it relates to investing in our people and connecting our people to opportunity, that means that workforce development, training, and education is a top priority for us. And so programs like SA Ready to Work, the city-sponsored programs, and what our universities and Alamo community colleges and Project Quest and Workforce Solutions Alamo, everything that our training providers do to equip San Antonians to be prepared for those in-demand occupations today and in the future is extremely important to us. But the mission is jobs.
I would be remiss as the traffic and transportation reporter not to ask about transportation, especially since your mission is wider and encompassing more of the region. How important will infrastructure investment be to your mission?
There are two things that matter in economic development. If we want to secure quality jobs, we have got to invest in our people and in our place. And infrastructure is directly related to place. We have got to continue to improve upon the product that we're selling. That means ability to move freely around the region and be connected through whatever means makes the most sense. So people in place are important, and infrastructure is a top priority for us.
We all love how beautifully unique this city is, but unfortunately, we're one of many communities across the country that have suffered during the pandemic, economically and otherwise. So how do you think that we are doing on this path to recovery? I mean, can you kind of gauge where we are at this point as we all try to get back on our feet?
I think we're doing good as a local economy. I think we should be extremely proud of our ability to retain jobs throughout the pandemic, but we want to be greater, and we want to position this economy for greater things. And that requires us to do what we do in San Antonio. And that's to hustle, right? That's to hustle to position our local workforce, our talent, to be prepared for the types of 21st century jobs, these technical jobs that we're creating, employers are creating today and in the future. If we can continue to position our people for those jobs, we will continue to not just perform well, we'll perform greater than we ever have.
Making things greater. San Antonio Economic Development Foundation is now Greater SATX. Jenna Saucedo Herrera, thanks so much for spending some time with us.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. As I step into frame here, we have some issues in Comal County on I-35. That's what I meant to say there. Let me get things going here. It's Friday. We're juggling things. Still talking about this crash downtown 35 at Main. You see emergency vehicles there. So watch out for that if you're traveling. It is causing a bit of delay in this area, 12 miles per hour there as you're approaching downtown on I-35. So really one of the few major incidents that we have right now, but still watching 35 coming out of Seguin, still 41 miles per hour right now. Once you get inside Loop 410 on 35, still looking fairly good for a Friday evening. 12 minutes there. Of course, you're going to hit that situation downtown as you get a little bit closer to things. But on the south side this evening, 10 miles per hour on each side. So that looks good as well. We're going to skip past that. And remember this closure tomorrow on 281 between Stone Oak and 1604. But again, just watching this situation downtown, we'll probably have another little bit of time to look at something else. We were talking about 35 on the northeast side. This is 35 at Randolph. Things flowing much better than they were a little bit earlier. Adam and Myra.
Thank you, Samuel. Look outside again with live cam this evening. Some big clouds out there, plenty of sunshine. We're all thinking about the weekend and what the forecast holds, Adam.
Yeah, it's going to be a quiet weather pattern this weekend. Good pool weather. You can get some yard work done, of course. Do it earlier in the day if you can, because we really heat up into the afternoon. But we're not going to get excessively hot. We're not looking at above average temperatures. That's the nice thing. Right now we're at 87. Of course, it's muggy outside. By 8 o'clock, 85. Midnight will be near 80 degrees. And notice there is that slight chance of a few pop-up showers early this evening, and then that tapers off to nothing later on tonight. We'll take a look at the radar, still some lingering showers, and we'll talk about the weekend, how hot it's going to get, and even a space station flyover visible tonight. Those details coming up.
Taylor Swift fans abuzz over trying to crack a cryptic code on a new video the singer posted to social media. In that video, there are scrambled words on the screen and a caption reading, "Level, casually cruel in the name of being honest."
A riddle. Swift appears to be hinting at the music and possible collaborations on the long-awaited re-release of her 2012 album Red. Some fans think the clues indicate Swift will include some never-before-heard songs on the new version of the album. Red is set for re-release in November.
All right. Find out what it means.
Yeah.
Whether you prefer porters, love lagers, or imbibe Indian pale ales, all beer is celebrated on International Beer Day. It's no coincidence. It kicks off the weekend. It comes around every year on the first Friday in August and has since 2008.
The story goes that August was chosen because it's so hot in so many parts of the world, and a cold beer on a hot day sounds pretty good to a lot of people, especially while doing yard work, cooking on the grill, or floating down the river. And it appears we have found a day that Adam actually likes.
He is our resident brewmaster over in the Weather Center.
Partially because it's international.
So that's the criteria.
Yeah,
One of the
much better.
criteria?
More validated, more legit then.
Okay.
Guess we gotta.
I just figured beer was enough to qualify.
No.
Close.
International Beer Day.
Now we're there.
Okay.
Worldwide. Then it counts.
Mr. Worldwide.
That's almost. So today's our last day of showers, and we still have a few lingering out there. Quiet weather pattern into the weekend and even next week. Overall, looking dry for a stretch here for a change. And a space station flyover this evening. You can see it just before 9 p.m. So set your alarm for 8:57 p.m. That's when it starts, maybe a few minutes before. 8:57 p.m. it starts. It's only going to last 7 minutes. That's much longer than the one we had earlier this week. It's going to appear 10 degrees above the horizon in the northwest, disappear 10 degrees above the horizon in the south-southeast. Max height 64 degrees. Get the kids outside shortly before 9 o'clock and enjoy. And most of us should have really good viewing of the space station flyover because those patchy clouds we had during the day that are developed from the daytime heating from the sun, they're dissipating, they're clearing out, and even those lingering showers are starting to come to an end as we lose our daytime heating. Here's a look at the radar over the past hour, and we saw some activity. Parts of Lavaca County, Shiner toward Moulton, crossing I-10, moving toward Luling right now, just south of Lockhart. But all of this is really struggling to hold on and hang together. A few outflow boundaries out there. One of them kickstarted this downpour right over Camp Bullis. So one lone downpour. If you live around Camp Bullis, look off in that direction and you'll see the rain shaft coming down right over the area there, the Camp Bullis area. Otherwise, hill country looking pretty quiet, and southwest of San Antonio, not a lot of activity. What we had down there, Carrizo Springs, is coming to an end and dissipating. But one outflow boundary moving toward Bracketville and Del Rio. We'll see if that has anything to work with and could kickstart a shower within the next hour. Otherwise, you see how that activity that developed during the afternoon starts to come to an end this evening, especially as we approach sunset. The disturbance we had yesterday, that's now far to the east of us near Memphis, and that's moving out of here. That's the dip in the upper level flow. Upper level high, the big blue H, centered over New Mexico. It's going to be influencing our weather a bit, but it's not going to be the big dominant feature it often is this time of year. We're just going to have a quiet weather pattern and no big blue H just sitting overhead. Our temperatures will be near to slightly below average in terms of afternoon highs. So let's talk temperatures. 87 right now. Dew point is 74, so it feels like we're at 95 degrees. And we have some clouds off in the distance. Part of those were actually part of a little shower that happened near Chavano Park earlier, just about 45 minutes ago. Temperature-wise, across the state, there we go, 90s. No triple digits. Brownsville 92, 96 Amarillo, El Paso 95, Houston 87, Victoria 79 right now with some rain-cooled air and outflow boundaries in some spots. So Cotulla only 88 along with Fredericksburg. Not bad for August considering the temperatures out there. Mid-70s tomorrow morning. That's where we'll start the day at sunrise with some low clouds around sunrise. Then a sunny day, but despite that sunshine, we're looking at near 90 in the hill country, 93 Hondo, 93 Gonzales, and up to 97 in Pleasanton and Cotulla rather, in Del Rio, 94 here in San Antonio. However, outlying areas, Bernie about 90, Castroville and Lavernia 93 for high. So good pool weather this weekend. You can get outside. Outdoor activities are just fine. Rain chances are non-existent. We'll have a lot of sunshine, hazy, hot and humid. And you'll notice a little bit more of a breeze on Sunday out of the south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And a little more typical of a weather pattern taking shape this weekend and into next week. Just a mixture of sun and clouds and temperatures in the mid-90s. Keep in mind the average is 97.
Not bad. Thanks, Adam.
We'll take it.
In case you missed it, coming up next. Here's today's In Case You Missed It.
And good morning. It is Friday. It's August 6th.
Thanks for joining us. Happy Friday.
At 5, after weeks of testimony, the trial of Otis McCain is coming to an end. The jury deliberating McCain's punishment right now. Last week, McCain was found guilty in the 2016 murder of SAPD detective Benjamin Marconi. 2 people are recovering after they were shot on the east side overnight. San Antonio police say more than 70 shots were fired at the Artisan at Salado Creek Apartments in the 3600 block of Ben Zingelman. Around 1 a.m., officers found a man and woman believed to be father and daughter, both shot once in the leg. They were taken to the hospital and are expected to be okay. Some tenants, however, were surprised when they left their homes this morning. Bullets hit almost every vehicle at the scene. No one else was hurt and no one has been arrested. SAPD believes the gunman may have gotten away in a white Ford Fusion.
San Antonio police also looking for a person who shot a man on the north side this morning. That victim found lying in the street in the 200 block of El Monte around 5:30 this morning. He told officers he was walking down the street when someone drove by and shot him. Officers tried finding witnesses to get some more information, but no luck.
As the Delta variant spreads, the U.S. is now battling its steepest rise of virus-related hospitalizations since the winter of 2020.
Today, about 400 people will die because of the Delta variant in this country. A tragedy, because virtually all of these deaths were preventable if people had gotten vaccinated.
Before we go, some construction reminders tonight. Still some closures on the west side on Loop 410 between Marbach and Military. They're working on some lanes there, so watch out for that. Also, the closure of Alamo Ranch Parkway at Westward Loop. Already some traffic out there, as you can see. That starts at 10 o'clock, runs through 5 a.m. Monday morning. They're continuing work on that project. And taking a look, 35 at Randolph, things looking fine right there. But we're still watching this situation, 35 at Maine. Hopefully it gets wrapped up shortly. You see the car getting towed there, Adam.
And this evening, those isolated showers are coming to an end. Skies clearing out. Good viewing of the space station flyover, 8:57 p.m. Set your alarms. Temperatures falling through the 80s, and we'll start tomorrow in the mid-70s with some clouds early. Otherwise, a sunny day. Mid-90s, we'll make it up to about 94 for the high temperatures. South-southeasterly wind at 5 to 15. Same story on Sunday, just a bit more of a breeze. And then next week, this sunny and dry trend continues with temperatures in 90s.
All right, thanks, Adam. And thanks so much for watching the news at 6.
We'll see you on the Night Beat tonight.